this one may be more for you, but if you had to put $1,000 down on the Mandalorian versus Master Chief, who you putting your money on?
The Mandalorian versus the Master Chief.
Yeah,
Um, Man, I gotta
that's
go with I gotta go with the Master Chief, man. I mean, he saved the world quite a few times. The Mandalorian, for as great as he is, we've only seen him really just save a child. So millions and billions of lives are more important than just one.
tough.
Can I interject real quick? I would take that $1,000, split it in half on the Belmont coming up on Saturday, put 500 on Modonigal, and put 500 on Ethereal Road.
I would.
Hey.
I would. Oh boy! Hey,
Partner interruption.
We're still making money. Still making money. What's going on, everybody? We're here to break down last night's Game 2 NBA Finals matchup. And then also we're talking about redraft because it's almost that season. Wide receivers and dynasty wide receivers. But I'm going to leave it up to Joski Doski. What do you want to do first? Redraft or dynasty? And you can go ahead and give us your list.
I didn't know I was going to get a choice on this one, but I guess we'll go ahead and go with dynasty here.
Right.
So yeah, I just did a top 5 dynasty wide receivers. I'll run through this here rather quickly here, but in 5-1, by the way. So number 5, I'm actually going with Devonte Adams. I mean, he's still only 29 years old, which is right at that brink there, but he really hasn't shown any signs of going downhill anytime soon. And I don't think that the change to Derek Carr is going to hurt as much as people think. They actually had an amazing connection at college. If you haven't done any research on it, definitely look it up and see. You'll be pretty.
He's going to get double.
Pretty amazed. You said what?
He's going to get double fed there. He's going to get just as many targets in LA as he got in Green Bay.
Well, I don't know because they actually got some help out in the receiving game with whoever the tight end is. Can't remember. It's Darren Waller and the guy who Hunter Renfro. They got a little bit of squad there, and they even have running backs that are capable. But let's see where that takes them. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna hurt them too much. Number 4, and a lot of people will probably look at me crooked on this one, but I just don't really believe the season to happen again. So it's really only that reason that he's even in my top 5, and that's Cooper Kupp at the age of 28. He obviously got sprinkled with targets last year all season long. Coach McVay even said that they wanted to get him that record, and obviously they went out and got it for him. So I just don't see that being something that they're going to do on an annual basis for him. But at the same time, I still like his volume, and I think I like him at number 4. CeeDee Lamb, 23 years old. I have him at 3. Jamar Chase, 2. He's 22 years old. And then also coming in at 22 years old is Justin Jefferson. I have him number 1 overall. I just think that he's going to be so good for years and years and years to come. Might be looking at probably the best wide receiver in the league, if you ask me personally. So,
Chase?
No, Justin Jefferson.
I'll take that. I believe in that.
No, I like that too. I think it's all right. I think Chase and Jefferson are really gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna get better and keep getting better and be the man.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Kupp, they won throwing the ball to Kupp. So I was never sold on Cooper Kupp. Our man, Mark Dannemiller, loved some Cooper Kupp. So we'll give the shout out to Dannemiller on the Cooper Kupp. And you know what? That's the only reason that I'm agreeing with Joe, and we're going to keep him in there. And it's because you know what? They threw him the ball all the time, and they won. So they're going to throw him the ball all the time next year too. They just are. But I think it's Jason Jefferson, man. I really like those guys. And as far as dynasty goes, let's keep an eye on our dude Darnell Mooney.
Oh wow! Hey, now is he in your top 5, or are you just saying keep an eye out?
No, I'm just saying keep an eye out, man. Keep an eye out because he could be top 5 dynasty wise because he's the man there.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens with the Bears.
You guys aren't getting the top 5 receiver, let alone in Dynasty. But you might as well go ahead and scramble off your top 5 while you're talking about fantasy over here.
Hey, who you got?
Oh, what would we just say? Jefferson, Chase. I think those guys are elite. Elite. There's a lot of elite guys, but as far as producing, and then I'm going to put Cup there because they're going to keep feeding him. I'm not a big fan of Cup, but they're going to keep feeding him. And who was your number 5?
Well, it's not your top. It's not my.
No, but that's who I had there.
Devonte Adams.
Yeah, I think Devonte is going to get fed. Derek Carr's going to throw him the ball so much, and you know what? Yeah, I'm going to throw Mooney in there. So there's my 5.
Hey, now, all right. There's a surprise. All the Bears fans out there loving you right now. They love you. Hey, that's what's up, though. Let me go ahead and start with my 5. So, at 5, I got Debo Samuel. 4. Listen, this is gonna turn some heads a little bit, but I really don't think this guy got hurt that bad with the trade. AJ Brown now in Philly. He's 24. He can be dominant. He's going to get the ball. There's help on the other side of the ball with Devonte Smith. I think A.J. Brown's still there, and he's only 24. CeeDee Lamb, I got at 3, and that is look, this is dependent upon his progress this year. He has to take a big step this season. No doubt about it. He's
won. He's won.
Well, I got him at 3 here. He's number 1 in Dallas right now. Right. He's the guy for the moment, and he's got to be the man. We got to see the numbers and see the production, but I think it's going to happen. And he's crazy young. And then, like you two and the rest of the world should have Chase and Jefferson 1 and 2. I got Justin Jefferson at 2, Jamar Chase at 1. I actually have Cooper Kupp out of the top 10 because, number 1, here's the first thing. All right, they don't call it historic for nothing. You know, it doesn't happen back-to-back years. Remember CJ 2K, 2,000 yards. The very next year, he was CJ no K. He didn't have none. They don't even Lamar Jackson, there was looking like there was no way to ever stop him or slow him down. He had a historic year. He came back. He didn't have a historic year because it's just not gonna happen. Also, Allen Robinson, your boy, Hefe. Allen Robinson's on the other side of the ball.
Done. He's done.
Not
He's
done.
He's done.
Dude.
He's been done. He's been done.
I think he's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be
It's gonna be a 55 catch, 700 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
So
okay.
So I mean I can see. I don't know. I can see the defenses tightening up on Cooper Kupp a little bit more and everything like that. I still think that I would like him in top 5 because once again, it's just the catches, man. It's like the targets and the catches are going to mean a lot. I mean, I think at this point it's pretty standard that everybody plays in the PPR league, and if you don't, probably stop playing fantasy football because it's weird. You can even do a half PPR if you need to, but if you don't tally points for receptions, you're just doing something weird. Go play a pick'em. They have pick'ems for you.
Too many receptions. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, just for that reason alone, I mean, Cooper Kupp's got to be in the top 5 in my opinion. But I do like the AJ Brown pick though. Truthfully, I mean, I actually have him just outside, and that's just we don't really know yet. The first year with Jalen Hurts, it could be rocky or whatnot. Who knows? But he's really not that far. I actually think I have him at 7, not just outside that. I do have him at 7.
No, that's good. That's a sneaky pick because if Hurts and the Eagles put it all together, AJ Brown could be the man.
He started out, the knock on him is how he throws the ball and how well and efficient. You know, he started to correct a lot of things towards the middle of the season, sort of fell off near the end, but the coaching staff believes in him and they're going to keep giving him a shot. Here we go. We're going on to redraft top 5. I think I already have it pulled up. Yes, I do. Yes, I does. Okay, so I'm gonna start at 5. Here's where I have Devonta Adams. Before in the dynasty, I have Devontae a lot lower, probably about I think it was 12. I moved the list now, but Devonta Adams, Stephon Diggs at 4, Jamar Chase at 3. That's ridiculous. He's at 1 in dynasty and 3 in redraft. That's just, it makes sense. And also Justin Jefferson at 2, Cooper Kupp at 1. He's not going to repeat his historic season from last year, but he's still gonna be damn good. And there's always room for people to make big statements. Like if Debo comes out and says he wants to ball out, look, I still believe if the Panthers get a really good, if they come up with a halfway decent quarterback, DJ Moore might be up there, by when it's all said and done. But for now, that's my top 5. Doski, who you got?
So actually, I have Jamar Chase lower too because I have him at my 5 spot. The age is really what put him at number 2 in Dynasty for me. But as far as redraft's concerned, I'm typically not sold on guys after their first year. I just want to see that consistency a little bit more. If I miss out on him in the draft, then I'd probably try to trade for him or see what I can do to get him the following year because most redrafts, even if they're doing keepers, aren't letting you keep first rounders. He will be a first round wide receiver. Number 4, I do have Debo Samuel. This one though, I didn't think about it until the show started. I'm going to leave it where it is now, but I will potentially change this because the comments about him wanting less volume actually really kicked in my head. So truthfully, in the redraft, I'm not really necessarily sure that I actually have him at 4, but for sake of time and everything else, I'm going to keep him there. Devonte Adams, I have at 3 here, so he actually jumps up a couple spots. Once again, like I said, go look at that chemistry between these two quarterbacks. They set records in college. I know it was in college, but the NFL is effectively becoming college for offenses, so I don't see any reason for them not to be able to replicate that. Cooper Kupp, again, because of the volume. We're talking about PPR league standard, everything else. I mean, the guy's probably just going to be there scoring unless he gets injured. I don't necessarily think that even having Allen Robinson across from him is going to hurt because last year he had Robert Woods and then Odell Beckham Jr., who actually finished the season very strong.
It doesn't hurt him. It helps him. It helps him for sure.
And I am not I'm not changing away from this number 1, regardless of whether or not it's redraft or dynasty. Like I said, he's the best wide receiver in NFL, Justin Jefferson. So that's 100% my number 1. I'm not budging on that this year. I do think that this guy is the real deal Holyfield, and he's just blowing stats off the app for you all day long. So,
no doubt, he deserves to be at the top. Hefe, who you got?
I mean, honestly, Jamar Chase, I think, is the best wide receiver in the NFL. So I'm going to go 1.
Dang.
And in Dynasty it was, and it's just because I really do believe Joe Burrow is kind of real, and Cincinnati wants to put a pretty good team on the field, and I think Jamar Chase is the stud in the NFL. Then we're going to go Jefferson because you could go 1-2 like I did in the Dynasty. But number 3, Devonte Adams. I'm really not a big fan of Adams, but I think that Derek Carr is going to throw him the ball a lot, like a lot. And so I'm putting him at 3. And let's see, 4 or 5. I'm going to keep Mooney at 5. That's my upset. That's my upset. Crazy pick. I'm telling you, because who else are they going to throw to? He's the guy. He's the reason that they were like, okay, Allen Robinson, you can go. And they have nobody else. But anyway, 4. Who were we looking at?
Well, you can
kind of forget. I don't have paper. I didn't have time to write it all down today.
Debo, maybe? AJ Brown?
I agree with Joe. No, I fully agree with Joe on the Debo thing. He would easily be top 5, but man, this guy wants a little less usage, and half of his usage is running plays. You know what I mean? They give him the ball. They give him the ball however they can. And I know he's dynamic and he's all that kind of stuff. But for lack of yeah, I might put Cooper there. Actually, you know what? Cup. And it's because of the volume. It's because of the volume. Cup's going to get it. That's my top 5.
All right. Not bad, Hefe, not bad. Okay, I can dig it.
I'm swapping in Mike Evans for Debo Samuel.
Oh, wow.
Got,
Wow.
hey,
That's interesting.
Tom came back.
That's interesting.
When's the last time that this man hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiver or a 1,000-yard season?
Or a double-digit touchdowns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
All right, then. I ain't hating on you. We got tape. We got it on wax. We'll come back. We got it on wax. Okay, everybody. We're going to break down last night's NBA
really
Finals
good,
game 2.
Wow. I mean, I just got it like on a whim, too.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was there, and my girl, it's summertime, she does yard work, so it was supposed to have one or two. And I saw it, and I'm like, wow, my dude told me it was good. And yeah, they're actually really good. They look like they could be creepy. They're pretty high percentage alcohol, and they don't taste like it.
I totally missed the premise.
It's a Crown Royal and lemonade.
Oh, yeah,
you can buy from the grocery store. Yeah.
No doubt. I have heard about that. Yeah, the whiskey mix. Yes, that's dope. I got to get up there and try that. All right, so
all right.
Last night. Hold on, here we go. The Warriors took down the Celtics 107-88. Hefe, I do believe you hit your bet last week. That was, you said if Tatum was under 40, the Celtics would lose. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I mean, the tail of the tape is easy with this one, guys. I mean, the Celtics turned the ball over 18 times, 11 times in the first half. The Golden State Warriors got 33 points off of turnovers last night, and the Celtics lost by 19. I mean, that's just it right there. But Joe, what'd you think about that game last night? You see anything? Oh, and you can talk about your boy Draymond too. I know you're ready to go in.
I'm not going to go in too much on Draymond. I mean, look, this is really what it is with these two teams. One game you're going to hear everybody talking about Draymond and how ridiculous he is, and the other you're going to hear people talk about Marcus Smart. That's the one thing that I could say is, as much as I don't like Draymond Green, he plays really, really hard. And sometimes he can be the life of that team just by making little whatever plays. I probably wanted him to get teed up on the one play where I think he fouled Jaylen Brown, if I'm not mistaken. But looking back at it, I don't think it was a tech or even a flagrant. So, look, I expected this team to win. The way the script goes for the series. Technically, you're supposed to take your games at home. When we won game 1, there was just no way in hell that Golden State was going to risk allowing themselves to go down 0-2 to us, going back to Boston. I mean, it would have spelt the end of a series for them. So I don't think anything was different. If you really go and look at the breakdown of scores, I believe that quarters 1, 2, and 4 were all relatively close, but it was that third quarter again. So the only thing that didn't happen is there's just not a comeback. That's all. There was no comeback. Horford didn't go out and have a crazy shooting night. The other guys actually, as a matter of fact, they didn't shoot well at all. Horford, Time Lord, and Marcus Smart all had 2 points each. So they finished with 6 points combined.
I have 35-14 in the third quarter favoring Golden State. That's tough.
Yep. I mean, and that was, I believe going into the fourth in the game 1, it was a 12-point lead, and that's what I said was, 12 points is nothing. You get to that 20-plus range, that's a little tough to get out of. So I don't even believe most of the starters, if any at all, played in the fourth quarter. I think they pretty much went ahead and chalked that one up and said, let's go ahead and take the rest and go take this back to Boston and play better, look at the film. So, of course, Steph did his thing. I think at the end of the third quarter, Poole actually showed up big. He hit like 2 threes in a row and then hit the buzzer beater 3-pointer from half court. Everything was clicking. It was a desperation game for Golden State. They had to win it. They went in and did their thing. And it sucks because Tatum was actually right around where I say he's going to be, but he would have needed to be more. He probably would have needed to be in that 40-point range had he stayed in the game and they wanted to have a chance. So, but I think he did finish with 28, 6 and 3. I think I had him at 28, 8 and 5.
Yeah,
Not where he needed to be, but the way the rest of those guys were playing on the opposite side of the ball, and then just not getting the help from the other supporting cast on the Celtics. They dropped a game that they probably should have lost regardless, and you just got to clean it up and look to get better on Wednesday. The turnovers definitely have to get cleaned up. I've mentioned this before. If they turn the ball over and don't rebound, they will lose the game. So the rebounding was pretty equal on this one, but turning the ball over 18 times, they haven't won when they've done that throughout the postseason at all. So,
yeah, not many teams will.
Nobody wins when they turn the ball over that any time. But you know what? You know what you take away from this? What do they always say when you go into postseason, especially in a 2-3-2 or however the series plays out numbers wise is. Look,
it's 2-2-1.
Boston did their job. If you can go in and split on Golden State's home court, then you did your job. So it doesn't matter how you won or how you lost. And honestly, Golden State, I don't know what happened in that game one. I really don't, because it looked like both games. And then Boston turned it around in the fourth quarter and flipped it. But Golden State was up big. They were hitting threes. They were playing good defense. They were doing all that kind of stuff. So right now, I think that even though Boston just got beat pretty good, that they're on the upbeat because they're going home and they split in Golden State. And it's just going to be like the rest of the NBA playoffs has been. And the first two rounds were pretty cool. They were close, and there were some good games and good series. Now it seems like it's kind of like a blowout more than it's like a close game. But I think the series will stay close. I think the series will stay close, but I think Boston takes the advantage going home.
100%, no doubt about it. If they got to take care of home court best they can. If they could get back to Golden State up 3-1, feeling pretty good because I know.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't.
They need to split. They need to split all along the way, and then you get to that game 7 and see if they can steal it. Not steal at game 7, but win game 7.
Exactly. Okay, hey, it's time for final thoughts. Wait a minute. I have a banner for this somewhere. You guys give me a second. I was just looking at it.
One of your fantasy quick takes?
No, we ain't got no time for that. We got time for that. Signature Seggy. Hey now. All right. I'm not leaving the people with very much. Watch basketball, watch IUWEtalk Sports, and watch for everything coming. Joe, what you got?
Nothing.
He said,
all right.
Shit. What's up, Hefe? What you got?
Look, don't mute me. Belmont Steak Saturday. I'm telling you, Ethereal Road and Rich Strike is not going to hit Modonegal. Bet them. But I'm going to be at the Ohio Derby, so we'll see how that goes. But I might even start a YouTube page or something. But we're going to go bet the horses at the Ohio Derby on June 25th. I am.
Cool. Sounds fun. I may join you. I may join.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, man. That sounds like a good time. You know what? We haven't played our 20th Century Fox ripoff to end the show in a long time. All right, let's check it out. Deuces.
Yeah.
Cuerpo sa naman na yan!